Previously on Stellar Remnants.
I'm 48 hours sober. That doesn't sound so significant, but as long as I've gone without a dose of O's since I got discharged from medical and ran out of scripts, I guess. I decided to look into the Pilots Federation database to see if there was any recorded deaths on that date, but lo and behold, harmless red commanders don't have access to diddly squat. But then I remembered the briar patch. Your old contact wouldn't speak to me directly for some reason. He sent an encrypted message with a set of coordinates in the Lumbava system and the phrase, "Prepare to scoop." I've been dreaming about that last day we had together. You were sprawled out on the deck, applied a med pack to the back of your head before putting your helmet back on. I felt the edge of the button as hard as I could, and I felt the click, drowned in the depth of the void. Patricia! Okay. I just passed out. I'm okay. That shot on your head hit me pretty hard for being sober so long. Man, I gotta cut that shit out for good. What was that? Oh, the computer must have decoded whatever's in that canister. Huh. It's an audio file.
Commander Jypson, I don't know what kind of shit you and Trish got into this time, and I don't want to know, so don't tell me. But it's not good. I ran your pilot's license code through our database and it hit red flags like crazy.
What?
When I accessed your account via the Pilots Federation database, it looks clean. You're registered as killed in action in the Harma system after the destruction of your Python Daggerfall.
Oh my god.
Trish was never registered with the Pilots Fed, so there were no reports for her. Her Briar account has been silent since then, though, so it's not looking great. Look, someone edited your account. Not through normal channels, they had root access to the database.
What?
And like I said, it's been flagged. When I accessed it through our system, I caught an outgoing alert headed somewhere.
Oh no.
Someone wants you dead, and they want everyone to know about it. Your ships have already been seized by Pilots Fed security, and your assets have disappeared. This is some very shady stuff going on here.
Jesus.
I also looked up this Mac Cluster alias, and it's weird too. The Pilots Fed info looks normal enough. New recruit, harmless, penniless, aimless, fresh from Jameson Memorial,
Okay.
piloting a Sidewinder named Visioneer. Now, when I run Mac Lester's pilot's license code through our database, there's nothing. According to our tracking records, you didn't exist before June 3301.
Must
Your
be
departure
fake.
log from LHS 3447 is the very first entry. Anyway, I don't know what else I can do for you. I don't know what you want from me. This is some next level shit. You don't have the credits to hire Briar Patch for support.
Jesus.
I only did this favor because Trish, she was my friend, and I owed her at least this much. Enclosed is a voucher for 1 million credits. This is what was left in Trish's operations account, and I'm sure she would want you to have it. If you want my advice, get rid of that Sidewinder. It's probably being tracked.
Oh my god.
Get something low-key, move on with your life, such as it is. If you absolutely have to contact me, drop a beacon somewhere in the Lumbava system. Don't contact me directly. I can't be linked to whatever's going on with you.
Come on.
I've done too much already. Sigma out.
Oh my god. What the fuck is going on? Fuck! Fuck! Okay, I have to think. What do I need to do first? If I'm being tracked, I need to get out of this Sidewinder and jump systems. I need a plan, though. I can't just start jumping around like a scared jackrabbit. Alright. I guess I'm going to go hit up the used ship lot and see if I can find something reasonable to replace this Sidewinder with. And start thinking up some kind of game plan. Well, this side has been a good ship. I hope I can find something reasonable to replace her with. I don't know. Thinking maybe an adder. Love to see what they got, I guess. Well, thanks for getting me this far, Sidey. I hope you take care of your next commander as well as you did me. Alright, so here she is. She's not much to look at, but she's got a pretty good jump range and she shouldn't draw too much attention. Let's you and me get along alright, okay, girl? I didn't think about having a co-pilot seat. It's going to be just distracting having a jump seat next to me and you not sitting here. I could have gotten an Eagle, but I don't think I'm ready to fly a fighter yet. That and a combat ship might stand out more than a lowly adder. Anyway, it doesn't sound like Briar Patch is going to be much help. I guess I'm grateful for what I got, but I'm not any closer to figuring out who was behind that ambush. I got a plan, though. Before I started contracting intel from you at Briar Patch, I used a different firm. Well, I say firm, but I think it was just one guy. I used him a few times, but I don't know, he really gave me the creeps.
4, 3, 2, 1, engage.
He knew his stuff and could always find who I was looking for, but he tried to get me to take some jobs for him instead of payment. I don't usually make a habit of turning down jobs, but his were a little too much for me. The last time I talked to him, he offered to pay me 500,000 credits to smuggle 150 slaves into an alliance system to work at a refinery. Now, you know I'm not into the whole slave trade, legal or otherwise, so I would have declined anyway, but it wasn't just slaves. He wanted me to smuggle in children. I don't even know what a refinery would want with 150 child slaves. I haven't contacted him since. But if anyone can dig up any details about the attack, it's probably him. I really don't want to go down that road, but without enough money for Briar Patch, he might be my best option. Maybe he'll have a few jobs, hopefully less sadistic jobs, that I can do in exchange for some info. He's not someone I would want to owe any favors, but I guess beggars can't be choosers.
4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
I think I'm having a harder time than I anticipated having this empty jump seat next to me. I never worked with a co-pilot before you. Not much need for one as a bounty hunter.
Fuel scooping complete.
I enjoyed my time working solo. I never had to concern myself with a partner's needs or desires. If I needed to stake out a station for a couple days or blend into a shady cantina to keep an eye on a target, I just did it. No discussions, no compromises. I never even flew in a two-person cockpit until you came around.
4, 3, 2, 1. Engage. Fuel
I remember when you first moved your operation onto my Vulture, I would always forget you were sitting right there behind me.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
To this day, I think you messed with me on purpose. You could be quiet as a church mouse, messing with your computer for hours, then out of nowhere, brrr, you'd belch like a drunken sailor. That would always startle the crap out of me. You must have gotten me half a dozen times before I finally stopped jolting. You'd always play innocent like nothing happened at all.
Landing gear deployed.
At least in the Python, I could keep an eye on you when you were sitting up front. You're the only person I ever flew with. I don't think I could open myself to anyone like that again. I don't know if this adder's going to work out after all.
Docking successful. Engines disengaged.
Open frequency 25774. Spider, this is Jypson. Over. Spider, this is Commander Jypson. Come in, please. Over.